Hello, everybody. It's me, Dark Tiger. Yes, my face in much higher definition than you've been getting before. So, I missed last week's upload. I apologize for that. Um, I've been considering just scrapping and restarting XCOM. I mean, given the sound problems I had with the first batch of uploads, and then the starting problems with the second batch, the FPS kind of sucked. I seem to have that ironed out now. Of course, I seem to recall watching the previous, videos and it looking fine to me until I uploaded them. But going back to watch the raw files, it wasn't really any different than what I uploaded. Somehow, I just didn't see the problems. But thing is, I'm kind of rolling along pretty good in the current playthrough of Enemy Within. I don't know. Also, Stardew Valley. I know I've been kind of slow on that, but it's very much a more casual project. Okay, I look like I'm looking at something off to the side. What was I gonna say? Yes, I've actually, loaded on a few mods to Stardew Valley. One of them is called the Longevity mod. That adds a lot of stuff to the economy. There's taxes, there's, market variables on how much produce sells for. For example, stuff that is in season is going to sell less than something that, for example, a springtime crop is going to sell for less during the spring than it will during, say, the winter. It's kind of a little touch of more authenticity, I guess. It also adds, characters, NPCs in town changing outfits, to match the weather or the season. It's kind of neat stuff. It also it adds a whole bunch of extra crops. One thing that kind of bugs me a bit is using the scythe now costs energy. But it makes sense, really. But the problem is you can't really do that with an old save file. You've got to start a new game with it, or at least they highly recommend it. So that would be another thing that would be restarted for me. What else? I loaded on a mod called UI Info Suite that tags on stuff like, you hover over a crop that's planted, it'll tell you how long it has to grow for. You can tag NPCs and see where they are on the map. Little bits here and there that it just gives you some more info. I don't know if I'd really call it cheating. You get a little icon under your clock that tells you, what your luck is going to be for the day. It's a quick reference for that. It also tells you if the Queen of Sasho has a recipe that you haven't learned, you get a little icon down there for that. On your inventory screen, you actually have the bulletin board and calendar down there. The problem is the bulletin board is a bit weird. It doesn't actually show you new requests until you enter the town screen, which kind of makes it a little bit pointless. The one thing that might be a little close to cheating that I loaded in was a mod that if you hover over a character's portrait on your relationship list or on the calendar, it'll tell you what their favorite gifts are. Convenience, There was one more thing I loaded. What was it? Oh, drawing a blank now. Sorry. Part of the community was the other mod that I loaded in. What that does is it kind of makes connections between the NPCs as well as the character in the NPC. So if I talk to, a character that, say, Pierre in the shop and Abigail and Pierre's wife are in there, not only will I get a relationship boost from Pierre for talking to him, I'll also get a slight boost from Abigail and Caroline, I think. There are, characters that are friends with each other or somehow associated with each other will all it'll give all of them little slight boosts. Not really enough that it's going to power you up through the friendship levels, but enough that the town feels a little more connected, you know. It'll also do little boosts, you know, no matter, yeah, the little boost for talking to someone that other characters get only works if they're on the same screen when you talk to them. If you give a character their favorite gift, no matter whether they are, like if I give Abigail an amethyst, you know, at the end of the day, Pierre and Carolyn will also get a slight relationship boost with me because you know it kind of reflects. Abigail goes home and says, "Hey, you know, Farmer so and so gave me this wonderful gift. Isn't that nice of him?" And they'll all think a little more highly of me for it. Again, it's a very slight boost, not really a game-breaking thing. More affects the feel of the game than actual speed of progress. But like I said, I'll be rebooting Stardew Valley with that as well. XCOM, like I said, I don't want anyone new coming into my channel to, you know, not that there's anyone in there yet, but anyone coming in and the first thing they see is an XCOM video where they can barely hear me talk over the sound of the game. Kind of a bad first impression there. Instead, the first thing they're going to see is my ugly face talking to you. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's much of a better first impression. And, you know, oh, yeah, and as I've told you, I drive a truck, you know. See? You want proof? Oh, I don't know how well I caught on the camera. That was the little computer that's on the truck that gives me my work assignments and all that. So, like I said, and going forward, I don't want to do only one project at a time because, you know, I will end up burning out. However, I don't want to really spread out too much because then I'll feel a little overwhelmed. I may find something else to throw in here and there just for more of a change of pace. I've been considering Darkest Dungeon, Torchlight 2, something I really enjoy. Torchlight 2, I actually kind of like better than Diablo 3 because, you know, I have found more challenge in Torchlight 2 on veteran difficulty. That's the second from the highest difficulty than I have playing, you know, Diablo 3. Once I get rolling and get equipped, I can play that on the highest torment setting and die less than I do in veteran on Torchlight 2. I don't know. But to hear other people talk, you know, they seem to think that Diablo 3 is harder of the two. Torchlight 2 also has the advantage of I don't have to be on the internet to play, which is a really big deal when I normally don't have internet during the week while I'm driving. Well, of course I don't have internet while I'm driving. I mean, when I parked at night. Alright, and I've been rambling for about 8.5 minutes now. If I haven't bored anyone that I haven't bored yet will probably lose patience with me fairly soon. Yes, you can see, yes, I am an aging guy. Got a lot of gray in the beard. I'm also fat. That kind of goes without saying. I'm a truck driving gamer. Alright. Enough of me being an idiot. Good night, everybody. I'll see you all later.